Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Chiron in conjunct the Black Moon Lilith in a natal chart. First off, there may be an imbalance, which is the inconjunct between matters associated with helping and healing others, which is Chiron, and things you have an intense passion and desire for, which is the Black Moon Lilith. The key is to find balance and equilibrium between the two, because of course when you have an inconjunct aspect in astrology, it could be a lot of vacillation, fluctuation, distortion of energy. It's about finding the balance, the equilibrium, and the harmony with the astrological energies. And it could be where, in this case, you may be dominated by helping and healing others so much that it's to the expense and exclusion of the things you have the intense passion and desire for, or it could be the other way around that. The things that you have the intense passion and desire for may dominate and monopolize your time and energy to the expense and exclusion of activities that involve helping and healing others. So it's about finding the balance with this energy. Now, let's say if you have the Black Moon Lilith and Leo as an example, those things you have the intense passion and desire for may be tied in with acting, entertainment, it may be movie production, maybe doing something with sports or attention-seeking ventures, it may involve creative endeavors, or some kind of work or activities that involve children as some examples. And now, another thing about this aspect is that an adjustment, which is the inconjunct aspect, may be needed between activities that involve helpers and healers, which is Chiron, and those that play a provocative role in your life, which is the Black Moon Lilith. You may be dominated by one or the other. It could be where activities with helpers and healers may monopolize and dominate your time and energy to the expense and exclusion of those that play a provocative role in your life, or it could be the other way around. The people that figure prominently in your life may dominate and monopolize your time and energy to the expense and exclusion of those matters and activities connected with helpers and healers. So it's about finding the balance, the harmony, and the equilibrium with this energy. Now, let's say, for example, if the Black Moon Lilith is in Aries, one or more of those people that play a provocative role in your life may actually be an Aries Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply embody the characteristics of the sign. It could be those that are militant, combative, aggressive, assertive, forceful, courageous, impulsive, impetuous, confrontational, maybe pioneering, but maybe overly argumentative and sometimes even volatile as well. Now, another thing about this aspect and how it may manifest in a natal chart is that there may be too much or too little, like passion, desire, which is the Black Moon Lilith, for helping and healing others. It could be, at times where, may be very obsessed and fixated with matters pertaining to helping and healing others. And there may be other times where you're just, completely apathetic and there's like no emotion whatsoever. There's no passion in doing so. So let's say, if Chiron, say, is in Taurus as an example, you may, help and heal others in matters with, self-esteem, self-worth, how a person feels about his or herself. It may be matters associated with persistence, patience, perseverance, staying calm and composed when necessary. It may be monetary matters, helping others, generate their own income as some examples. And so another way this aspect may be expressed in a natal chart is that people that play a provocative role in your life, which is the Black Moon Lilith, may either be extremely beneficial or detrimental in matters connected with depleted self-esteem which is Chiron. It doesn't mean they're necessarily going to be completely detrimental at times. They could be, but they could just be away, so to speak, and not, have no involvement in helping you with depleted self-esteem. It could be times where they're just extremely advantageous in these matters, and you can't get enough of those people that play a prominent role in your life in terms of helping you with depleted self-worth. But there may be times where you may go through prolonged periods where they're just not around and not being able, not being readily available to help you in those matters. Now, let's say if Chiron is in Gemini, as an example, matters with depleted self-esteem may be tied in with one's cerebral or intellectual ability. It may have to do with an ability to assimilate and disseminate information, or diversify and expressing versatility, being able, to do, many different things. The person may feel that he or she is not, talented enough in, in a variety of things, or may have limited abilities, as an example. Also, too, helpers and healers, which is Chiron, may either be very advantageous or no help whatsoever in you dealing with the dark side of the Black Moon Lilith placement. The thing about this is, so there may be times where they're very beneficial in those matters and helping you with that dark side of the BML Black Moon Lilith placement. Other times may not be around at all. And now let's say if the Black Moon Lilith is in Aquarius, as an example, excuse me a second, sorry. Black Moon Lilith in Aquarius, that dark side may be tied in with very, extremely non-conforming, rebellious behavior, being, unique and different just for the sake of, doing so. It may be very idiosyncratic behavior. It may be somebody that likes to cause some kind of dissension or disruption in an astrological community, as some examples. Also, too, teachers, mentors, spiritual people, and astrologers, which is Chiron, may either be exceptionally auspicious or detrimental as far as you embracing the higher level of the Black Moon Lilith placement. So, the thing about this is that the Black Moon Lilith is in the zodiac sign Cancer, as an example. The higher level of the placement may simply be tied in with an ability to express unconditional love. It may be a person that helps, renovate or restore homes for others, being able to show, protective, sympathetic qualities, do something like with home caregiving, as some examples, and being able to start, foundations and traditions as some examples. Now, also, too, those, again, that play a provocative role in your life may be very, propitious or no help at all in you dealing with the deepest wound, which is Chiron. Now, if Chiron, say is in Virgo, as an example, that deepest wound may be tied in with something, service related, or it could be with work or employment, or being able to be organized, such as even being organized in one's own life. Matters with timeliness, punctuality, as some examples, matters with health and fitness. Now, if Chiron is retrograde, there may be more of an emphasis on self-healing, and one's suffering may be more internalized. So let's say if Chiron is in Libra and it's retrograde, as an example, there may be more self-healing as far as physically involving, it could be issues with the lower back, the endocrine system, the kidneys, or the buttocks. And emotional suffering may be tied into it could be legal matters, or balance, fairness, harmony in one's life, issues with peace, and fairness, marriage, relationships, and those issues may be more internalized. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying stay well.